morning, everyone. It's another Business Friday with you once again, mga kaitulay ko dyan sa iba't ibang panig dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? Kamusta po kayong lahat? And it's our 5th week po na tayo ay nag-aaral ng Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management 2. Okay? For this day, we have a very important financial statement that we are going to tackle, at ito po ay alam naman natin lahat na yon, statement of cash flow po. Ayan. So, I hope that everyone is excited to learn with me today. At bago po tayo magsimula for our session for today or tutorial session for today, let me greet ang ating mga kaibigan, mga kaguruan, mga mag-aaral. Okay, let me. Ayan, nandito po si Ma'am Mira. Hi, Ma'am Mira. Good morning po. She's an avid Itulay viewer po. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsama sa amin sa araw-araw. Rani Balanta, good morning. Hi. Maraming pinapa-shoutout si Rani Balanta, Sanli May Malyari Vargas, Paige May Dumo, Vincent Ponteliano, Maria Aiza, Hayasit Lee Abo. Yeah, nag-i-invite. Thank you, Rani. Alisa Morcoso. Hi, kamusta? Abigail, Barsibal, Janine Capada. Napakadami talaga po ngayong sumusubaybay sa atin. And I hope that each day, of course, is another fresh beginning, another fresh knowledge. And I hope this one will help you, of course, in your daily tasks, sa inyong mga module, and at the same time po sa inyong pag-aaral during the online class, kasi malaking bagay po yung natututo tayo, no, sa maraming paraan. So, umpisahan na po natin ang araw na to at gawin po nating masayang-masaya ang ating pag-aaral. Let's enjoy and make this accounting easy for us, and at the same time happy at the same in every way, even though that we are actually have this what we call takot, kasi na parang feeling natin hirap niya, no? Pero hindi, kayang-kaya nating lahat yan. So, let me share with you my slide kasi gusto ko muna po kayong, yan. By the way po, sa mga kakapasok pa lang po dyan, gusto ko po magpakilala. Ako po si Tutor Carmi from SDO May Kawayan. Okay po, ako po ang tutor ng Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management, and we are on our 5th week for this day. Okay, yun, medyo kinakabahan. Pero carry lang yan, kayang-kaya yan. So let's have now our review of what we have learned last week. So for sure yung mga kasama ko po dyan, makisabay po kayo, maki-review po kayo sa akin. So before that, let's have first the objective of our lesson for today, which is the cash flow statement or statement of cash flow. Sige po, let's have now our objectives. Discuss the component and structures of cash flow statement. And then we are going to prepare a cash flow statement at the end of our session. So yun po ang ating mga objectives that na we want to obtain or obtain for this day. So let us first have a review. So makisagot po kayo sa akin. Select the letter of the correct answer. Okay, number 1. Let's have number 1. I will read with you and then you answer po. Which of the following account is not a current asset account? A, cash. B, notes receivable. C, stocks. D, prepaid expense. What do you think is the answer for this number or for this item? A, cash. B, notes receivable. C, stocks. D, prepaid expense. Sige, check natin yung mga answers ninyo. Okay, marami ang nag-answer ng letter C. Stocks is considered as a long-term investment, so it is not a current asset. Okay? So, long-term investment. So, ano po siya? Non-current asset. So, let's have number 2. A blank is a resources that can be used, realized, and sell within the current operating cycle. A, current asset. B, non-current liabilities, C, equity, D, asset. So what is your answer? Yan, mukhang maraming nag-a-answer at nakikita ko po sila sa screen nila. Nasa screen ngayon sa mga comment section natin. So, let's answer. The answer for number 2 is letter A. Very good. So, let's have number 3. Patent, copyright, goodwill, and franchise are blank. Patent, copyright, goodwill, and franchise are blank. A, current asset. B, non-current assets. C, equity. D, liabilities. So, let's have now the answer. If your answer is letter B, you're correct. Very good. Galing, ang gagaling. Mukhang talagang pinag-aralan ng Statement of Financial Position. Next, number 4. All liabilities that will mature or become due beyond 1 year or more than a year is blank. All liabilities that will mature or become due beyond 1 year or more than a year is blank. A, current assets. B, liabilities. C, assets. D, non-current liabilities. What is your answer? So let's reveal the answer. It's letter, yes, you're correct. It's letter D. Very good. Now let's have number 5. The owner's residual claim in the business is also known as blank. The owner's residual claim in the business is also known as blank. A, equity. B, liabilities. C, assets. D, non-current liabilities. Ano daw yung residual claim? Paulit-ulit from SCE, SFP. Ano po? Of course, it's A, equity. Ang galing. Very good. So sa mga nakisagot sa akin dyan at naka-perfect score po dyan, palakpakan niyo po ang inyong mga sarili because actually it means that you already know the concept of statement of financial position. Okay? So let's start our lesson for today. So for today po, isa to sa mga, let me share with you lang po ng a story, no? Isa to sa nahihirapan ako. Before, nung ako ay nasa college pa, nahihirapan ako dito sa pag-ano na to. And sa statement na to, kasi medyo ito isa sa pinaka-need ng analysis. Kasi kailangan intindihin mo talaga yung mga transactions because not all transaction is actually reflected on this financial statement. No? So, let me introduce to you the cash flow statement or the statement of cash flow. Either yung pangalan po, you can use that. Okay? So, ano ba yung cash flow statement? It is actually an obligatory kasi yung iba po hindi po nila masyadong nilalagay sa mga financial statement, but this is actually part of the financial statement that we need to do inside our company or in our business. So cash flow statement is considered under the PAS 7 or the Philippine Accounting Standard number 7. So para meron lang kayong konting background. No? So again, ano yung PAS number 7? Ito po yung mga guidelines or standards that we have, okay? Ibig sabihin po, ito dapat sundin natin kasi this is the standards. So, according to the PAS 7, it is a formal statement that report about entities' cash transactions which classify as receipts or inflows, cash payments or outflows into operating, investing, financing. So, ang cash ay isa sa pinaka-highly liquid assets that we have in our company. And because we need to know kung paano siya pumapasok or paano siya lumalabas sa loob ng ating kumpanya. The cash is considered as liquid or inahalin tulad siya sa tubig because once it overflows, it does not have any direction. The good thing that we have a cash flow statement or statement of cash flow because the cash flow statement will tell us the direction and the behavior of the cash inside your entity or inside the business. malalaman natin saan nanggaling, saan napunta, ano ang pinanggalingan. Importante kasi alam natin, lalo na po sa accounting, we have to be keen to details. We have to know every transactions. Everything should be disclosed. That is part of the GAP. Alam po natin yan, the General Accepted Accounting Principles, di ba po? Na lahat po ng mga nangyayari or transaction sa loob ng ating company ay dapat po ito ay naka-reveal. So, yun po ang reason bakit po tayo gumagawa ng cash flow statement. And that is also the purpose of cash flow. We have to know where does the cash goes. Okay? At syempre po, alamin natin kung ito ba ay galing sa operating natin, o ito ba ay galing sa investing, o ito ba ay galing sa financing. So, the statement presented also the net increase, okay, the movements of the cash, the behavior of the cash inside the entity. And take note of this, that the cash transactions, all those cash transactions, whether it is an inflow, pumasok, or whether it is an outflow o lumabas, it should be recorded in a statement of cash flow. So lahat lang po ng cash. Kaya kung titignan nyo po, para mas may guide kayo, ang basis po ninyo ng mga data for this financial statement is the ledger po na cash. Tingin lang po tayo doon sa mga pinaglilista natin na mayroon pong transaction with the cash. Now, it also project the future net cash flow of the entity. Because class, yung nagiging ending po, ending balance na cash po, ay will also be the beginning balance of your cash account. Okay, kaya ina-update po natin yan, nilalagay po natin yan sa statement of financial position. Yung pong magkano yung ating cash account doon sa statement of financial position is actually yung po yung total ng ating cash flow, yung ending cash balance po natin. So mamaya po, pakikita po natin yan. So let us first have the activities of the cash flow. Unahin po natin ang operating activities. What is this operating activities all about? Siyempre po pag sinabi nating operating activities, this is related to all your business main source of revenue. So lahat po ng, kung ang business may merchandise, siyempre po ang revenue, ang main source of revenue mo dyan ay yung pagbebenta. O kaya naman po kapag napagbebenta ng produkto, para masigurado lang tayo. Then, pagka-service naman po, syempre po, ang main source of revenue mo dyan ay yung pagre-render ng service. So whether it is a payment or whether it is a received cash from your customer, that is considered an operating activities. Tandaan po natin yon. So ano po, saan natin makikita itong mga reports na to? Of course, we can see that in our SCI or Statement of Comprehensive Income. Check din natin po yung ating SFP or ang ating Statement of Financial Position, Current Assets, and Statement of Financial Position, Current Liabilities. So yan po yung check lang po natin palagi yung mga data po na nandito sa ating mga financial statement na unang nagawa. So yan po ang ating operating activities. Lahat lang po ng mga ng source of income or revenue, main source of revenue ng business ang naka-record po dito. Next, we have the investing activities. So, si company ang yaman, ang daming pera. Hindi niya alam kung saan niya dadalhin ang kanyang pera. Okay, so anong ginawa niya? So, ang investing activities po ay usually related to sale and purchase of long-term assets. Dahil marami akong pera, bibili ako ng maraming long-term assets. Ano ba yung mga long-term assets? Yung mga investment po yan, o kaya naman po equipment, mga buildings, property. So those are considered po part of the investing kapag tayo ay bumibili o kaya naman po nagbebenta ng mga long-term assets po natin. And sa natin, anong naepektuhan niya? Saan natin nakikita itong mga reports na to? We can see this, of course, in the SFP non-current assets. Okay, tandaan po ninyo from this magkakaroon na po kayo ng idea kung ano yung i-check po ninyo para hindi kayo magkamali pag kayo ay nagre-record or nagre-report ng cash flow po natin. Now, let's have the financing activities. The financing activities naman po, kung kanina dahil sa marami tayong pera ay pinapautang natin o kaya naman po bumibili tayo ng stocks o kaya naman bumibili tayo ng mga ng mga buildings. Ito naman sa financing activities po, we are actually looking or acquiring, we want to fund, okay, yung ating business. Kaso nga lang po, hindi po siya, it is beyond our operation. So ito po ang nangyayari po dyan. Kapag po nagpapa-finance po tayo, we are inviting somebody po na maglagay ng pera sa ating business. O kaya naman po, kung hindi naman po, tayo ay umuutang sa mga bangko. So, activities of the business related to acquisition of funding. Okay, kaya po marami po sa atin nagsi-sales pitch, nag-aano po sila, business sa business plan po. Yan, kung gusto po ninyo na ma-fund po yung inyong business, meron po kayong naiisip na, uy, gusto kong mag-iba or hindi naman magkaroon ng another branch but I don't have enough capital for that. So I will be asking everybody to fund. Okay? Tapos papakita ko sa kanila kung ano yung benefits na makukuha nila. So that is asking funding o kaya naman mangutang ako sa bangko. Yan, yun po yung financing activities. So ito ay actually reported of course in the SFP, non-current liabilities dahil umuutang ka nga. And of course, if you are asking for an equity or a capital coming from other sources or people na gusto po mag-invest sa business mo, then yun po, naapektuhan po niya ang ating equity. Okay? So I hope naiintindihan po natin yan para to make it more digest pa natin mabuti and have more example para mas maintindihan po natin. So for the operating activities, it is considered as the net income revenue activities. So lahat po yan, dapat ito ay ma-identify po nating mabuti. Kasi po pag hindi po natin na-identify, baka po magkamali tayo kung saan po natin ilalagay yung transactions. Again, lahat lamang po ng cash transactions ang ating nire-record sa cash flow. Then the cash inflows po, so ibig sabihin yung mga pumapasok na pera in the operating activities is pag tayo ay nagbebenta ng ating goods o kaya naman po ay nagre-render ng services. Okay, kailangan lang po dito sa cash flow po, magaling po kayo mag-addition at mag-minus. Okay? Wala na pong ibang gagamitin pong operation kundi plus and minus. Okay? Next is collection of accounts receivable. Siyempre po kapag nakapag-collect po tayo ng accounts receivable, it means po tayo ay mayroong dagdag o meron tayong makukuhang cash. Tama po ba? Then, receipts from royalties, fees, commission, or other revenues. Pag may mga other revenues po tayo, kunwari may mga iba pa tayong side dun sa business natin. Katulad po, di ba, may mga business po na hindi lang naman sila nagre-render ng service. Nagbibigay pa, kumbaga, meron po tayong, kunwari nakakuha tayo ng commission o kaya naman po ng referral, ganyan. So may binayad sa atin na gano'n. That is considered as a cash inflow to your company. Okay, next is refund to suppliers. Kapag po tayo ay may mga defective na na binili, syempre, binili natin yon tapos defective siya, ano gagawin natin? Ibabalik po natin. So pag bumalik po yung pera sa atin, yung sales po nung pinagbilhan natin, syempre ito ay magiging refund at the same time ito ay magiging inflow sa loob ng ating business. Then, ano ba yung mga outflows? The outflows are, yung mga lumabas na pera para pag in a category or in a section of operating activities, ito po, payment to supplier goods and services. Siyempre po, pag tayo naman po ang bumili. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi lang po receipts ang ating kinukonsider, but also, of course, those expenses po na kinaano po natin, na ginagamit po natin, of course, for the operation of the business. Then, payment of operating expense, of course, yung ating mga ginamit na electricity, okay, salaries, taxes, that is part of operating activities. Everything that is related, of course, again, in the operations of the business. Then, payment for interest expense. Ayan, ito po. There is a catch here, no? When we have a long-term borrowing, okay, nililista po natin or we record that, of course, in the financing kasi long-term. But if we are already paying, okay, we are already paying the interest of that long-term borrowing, we recognize that in the operating activities. Take note of that. Kasi marami nagkakamali dyan. Bakit ang nagbabayad ay operation? Diba? Ganon. But that is actually part of the rule. And charity donation, if you of course are have this what we call social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, of course we want to impart that to our sa ibang tao. So the charity donation is considered of course as an outflow or operating activities in your company. So pag nakita nyo yan, dyan nyo siya ililista or dyan nyo siya i-consider. And that is part of the outflow. Then, cash refund to customer. Kung kanina po tayo ay nakapag-refund, ngayon naman po, kapag tayo naman na nag-render ng service, tapos po tayo naman yung nagkaroon ng pagkakamali o hindi maganda yung nabigay natin sa kanila ng produkto or defective yung produkto, of course, that is an outflow. We have to, what? Return. Return po sa kanila yung binayad po nila sa atin. So, that is also part of the operating activities. Let's continue. Ngayon naman po, let's have naman po yung investing activities. Pag sinabi naman po natin investing activities po, yan. So, ano ba yung mga inflows dun sa investing activities? Siyempre po, kapag tayo ay nagbenta ng mga property, plant, and equipment po natin, yan po ay nagkakaroon tayo ng cash. Okay? Ano pa? Kapag tayo ay nagbenta ng ating mga equity or stocks po natin, kunwari, meron tayong stock sa ibang company, pwede po yun. Pwede ba kaming bumili ng stock sa ibang company kahit meron kami Opo, kasi that is considered as your investment. Ayan. So, pag binenta mo yun sa iba, malamang magkakaroon ka ng pera, so there will be an inflows in you. Of course, that is considered as investing activities. Then, ano pa yung outflows? The outflows po are, syempre po kapag tayo ay bumili naman. Pwede po, kasi kahit po tayo, hindi lang naman tayo nagbebenta, no? Meron din naman po tayo, nagpo-purchase tayo kasi we want to invest on that asset because it will generate income at in the future. So pag tayo bumili ng mga property, plant, and equipment, that is considered an outflow o lumalabas na pera sa atin. Okay, so that is considered or part of the investing activities. Okay, kailangan lang natin maklasify mabuti po. Then we have payment for purchasing debts. Ayan, kapag naman tayo naman po ang nagpo-purchase, okay? At saka ng mga equity securities, katulad po nung kanilang sinabi ko lang din po sa inyo kanina when we have that inflow. Pag Then we have financing activities. Okay, this is considered as a non-current liabilities and equity activities. Tandaan po natin yung mga possible. Yung mga sinabi ko po sa inyo are basic. Okay, the fundamentals lang po yun. Pero there will be a lot of, hindi po doon nagtatapos lahat ng activities. There will be a lot of financing activities, operating activities, or investing activities po when you have your higher accounting. Okay? Then, cash inflows po sa financing activities, syempre po, cash investment by owners. Kapag ikaw po ay naglagay ng capital o ng pera sa iyan po ay considered as a cash inflow for asset financing activities. Then, we have the cash proceed from the issuance of share capital and cash proceed from the long-term borrowing. Pag umuutang po tayo sa bangko, ayan, meron po tayo makukuhang pera po doon. So, mga long-term, yung liabilities po talaga. Then, may outflows din po ng financing activities kapag tayo ay kumuha ng pera sa ating business or yung withdrawal po. Okay? Then, we have payment for cash dividends to shareholders. Okay? Pag tayo ay nagbabayad po ng mga kasi po pag tayo ay, lalo na pag corporate po kayo, babayad po kayo ng dividends of course doon sa mga shareholders po ninyo. And that is considered and part of the financing activities. Then, ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, payment for long-term borrowing. So again, kapag po tayo ay nagbayad ng long-term borrowing po natin o bank loans po natin and the principal amount ang i-record natin sa financing activities. But the interest, malamang, dahil umutang tayo, mayroon niyang interest, yung interest po is part of the operating activities. So alam niyo po, medyo from that lang po, medyo meron talaga kayong magko-confuse na kayo, but you have to read and you have to understand po kung yung mga activities po. Pag naintindihan niyo po kasi yung mga activities, mas madali po sa inyo mag-prepare ng statement of cash flow or cash flow statement. Yan. So, paano tayo mag-prepare ng cash flow? Yan, teka nga, bago muna ako. Gusto ko munang batiin ang aking mga, yan yung bago tayo magsimula, no? But binabati ko ang aking mga kaibigan, mga kaguruan, uli po dyan, ang mga hindi ko pa Ayesha, okay, listening for SJNES. Okay, parang madami. Hi po, kamusta po kayong lahat? I hope that marami na kayo natutunan at nakukuha po na mga new important concepts of statement of cash flow or the preparation of cash flow statement. Yan, sige. So, ano muna gagawin natin? Siyempre po, ang una muna natin gagawin ay magkaroon tayo ng heading. Okay, ang heading po ay katulad po ng dati, lagi ko po sabihin sa inyo, pag wala pong heading, mali po ang ating paggawa ng ating mga financial statement. That is very important. The name of the business should be part of it. And of course, for what period? Okay? So, for statement of cash flow po, usually po for the period ended or for the year ended po, ang nilalagay po natin na kanyang report date. Yan. So, importante po rin yan ha. Ang statement of financial position lang po ang as of or as at or yung pwede po na December 31. Wala na pong nakalagay na ganung only the SFP. Pero po the rest, the SCI, lagi po siya for the period ended or for the year ended po. So, the example here is about Espejo Law Office. Yan ang kanyang cash flow statement. Yan. Analyze transaction. Ito po, importante din to. Kailangan po, kasi bago tayo makagawa talaga, na-analyze na po natin yung mga transaction. Kumbaga, na-classify na natin sila kung if this is an operating activities, investing activities, or financing activities po. Kasi para mas madali nating magawa. Kasi yung paggawa po ng cash flow, madali na lang po yun. So, ipe-prepare lang po natin yung bawat activities po. Prepare and calculate po yung operating activities section. Ayan. For example, ito po yan. So, ganyan lang po siya. I-check natin kung ito po ba ay should be added or should be deducted. Okay? Tingnan lang po natin hanggang sa makuha po natin yung ating net cash flow from operating activities. And that is the example po. Okay? For here, meron siyang 207,500. Siyempre po, yung mga cash payments niya po ay niless po doon, okay, which is 150,000. So may natira siyang net cash flow from operating activities of 57,500. Okay? Yan, medyo malapit na po tayong makakagawa na tayo ng Then after po, let's prepare of course the investing activity section. Importante po yun kasi po dapat hindi po pwedeng magkaiba-iba po, baka magkaiba-iba, nilagay niyo po sa umpisa yung investing or nilagay niyo po yung operating. Pare-parehas lang naman ang sagot yan. So, mayroon po tayong standards na sinusunod po when it comes to format. Nauna po ang operating and then we have the investing activities. So, paano po itsura nun? Ganon din po, parang halos kaparehas lang din po kung paano natin piniresent yung ating operating activities. So, ano po ba yung naging investing activities ni Espejo Law Office? Okay? Purchase lang po siya ng office equipment na nagkakahalaga ng 30,000. So, there is no other investing activities. So, yun na po yun. So, minsan po nilalagyan na natin ng negative. O kaya, ibig sabihin po na dinideduct natin. O kaya po, open and close parenthesis, baka po makalimutan po ninyo. Okay? So, that is 30,000 po. So, yun po yung kanyang investing activities. Ito po ay bumili siya. Kaya po, ito ay ide-deduct dapat. Then, we have to prepare po and calculate po yung financing activities. Ang pinaka-medyo complicated lang naman po dito is actually the classification. Kasi you have to understand talaga po yung mga classification kung saan nyo po siya ilalagay. Kaya po, yun ang magpapahirap. Pero kapag naintindihan naman natin, itandaan lang po natin yung mga yon, yung mga ano yung ibig sabihin ng operating, ng investing, at ng financing po. Tignan lang po natin kung ano yung nangyaring transaction. Mas madali naman po natin siya matatandaan na rin. So, next po, i-prepare na natin ang financing activities. So, magkano po yun? Okay, so po yung mga financing activities niya, nagkaroon po siya ng cash investment from the owners, which is 1,500,000. Then, nagkaroon po siya ng bank loan, which is 100,000. Tapos po, at nagbayad din po siya sa mga owners, which is 25,000. So these are considered as the financing activities of Espejo Law Office. Okay. Yan, mukhang madali na lang. Kayang-kaya na natin gawin, no? Kayang-kaya na ba? I hope so. Alam kong kayang-kaya na natin gawin yan. So, yan ang magiging itsura ng statement of cash flow ni Espejo Law Office. Yan. So, to compute the net increase o yung pagbabago, okay, doon po sa ating statement of cash flow, okay, sabi ko nga po sa inyo, wala po kayong ibang gagawin po dito, kundi ay mag-add at mag-minus. Kaya, tapos po pwede pa po kayong gumamit ng calculator. If you are part of my class, you are very welcome to use the calculator. Sabi ko na nga ba, madali lang mag-accountancy. Calculator lang talaga dapat eh. So, yan. So, i-add lang po natin yung net cash flow from operating activities. Okay, kung ililess natin yung yung net cash flow from investing activities, ililess po natin yan. And then, of course, kung ang binigay po sa atin ay mag-a-add tayo ng net cash flow from financing activities po, lahat po yan, i-add lang po natin. At magkakaroon po tayo ng net increase. Malalaman na po natin kung ito po ba ay ano po yung pagbabagong nangyari. Alam niyo po, meron pong possibility na hindi po siya nag-i-increase ha. May mga possibility po na may decrease pong nagaganap. Kaya po, you have to be careful and make sure that you are looking into details of your financial statement to make sure that you are declaring the right answers or the right figures in your report. Yan, so yan po. So, meron po siyang 1,602,500. Pag inad po natin lahat yan, okay, yan po ang mangyayari. So, next is cash at the beginning. Meron po mga problem na binibigay yung cash at the beginning of the period. But there are also problems that do not give, of course, the number o yung amount po ng cash beginning the period. Pero if it is actually given to you, okay, kailangan po natin na ito ay i-add po doon sa ating net increase in cash. Yung pagbabago po na nangyari po doon from our different activities in your business. So, dito po, meron pong siyang cash at the beginning of the period na 250,000. In-add po natin sa 1,602,500. So, we will have a cash at the end of the period of 1,852,500. Madaling-madali po, kayang-kaya. Okay, I hope kayang-kaya natin siya. So note, the cash ending calculated at the end of the period is the amount presented cash account on the statement of financial position. So ito po, dapat parehas. Parehas po na nakalagay at nakadeclare po doon sa ating SFP or Statement of Financial Position. Kaya po meron pa rin po siyang kaugnayan sa ating mga financial statement. Okay. Ayan, tayo naman po ay mag-practice na. So, let's prepare a cash flow statement po. Okay? Are you ready, kaitulay, mga ABM learners? Okay, let's have this exercises to make sure that you get the concept of our lesson for today. So, below are all the cash transactions of Alquin Tattoo for December 31. Yan po ang ating classify each cash transactions, whether it is an operation activities, OA, investing activities, IA, financing activities, FA, prepare the CFS of the business, and answer the following questions. So, ito po yung ating mga given. Okay? Okay, para po makapag-prepare tayo ng cash flow ng Alquin Tattoo. So, cash payment for suppliers, we have 25,000. Cash receipt from services, 50,000. Withdrawal by owners, that is 5,000. Proceeds from bank loans, 25,000. Cash investment for owners is 115,000. Payment for purchase of equipment, 100,000. Balance of at the beginning is 1 million. Okay. So, meron po tayo ditong mga questions to be answered po after we have done our cash flow statement po. So, how much is the cash flow from the operating activity? How much is the cash flow from investing activity? How much is the cash flow from financing activity? How much is the net increase or decrease in cash for the year? And how much is the cash as of December 31, 2020 of Alquin Tattoo Services? Ayan. Sige, let's answer po. Ayan, tignan po natin dito. Check po natin. Let's have first, of course, Yan, ready na. Thank you. Sige po. Makisama po kayo sa akin sa pagsagot po ng ating exercises for today. So, ano po muna ang cash payment for suppliers? Ano po siya? Let's classify po. Cash payment for supplier, is this an operating activity, investing activity, or financing activity? Sana po pare-parehas tayo ng answer. Let's check. And so, cash payment for supplier is considered as operating activities. So, very good. So, let's have now the cash receipts from services. Is this what? Nako, mukhang pinag-isipang mabuti. Okay? Kung ang sagot po ninyo ay the same operating activities, you are correct. Very good. Now, let's have now withdrawal by owners. Kapag nag-withdraw po si owners, ano pong klaseng activities po sa cash flow natin ito? Okay? If your answer is yes, very good. It's financial activities or financing activities rather. Now, let's have now the proceeds from the bank loans. Nag-bank loan ako. Is this what? Investing ba to? Operating o financing? Okay, if your answer is financing activity, very good. It's correct. Now, let's have now the cash investment of owners. Now, the owners invested cash into the business. So, what activity is this? Ayun, very good po. Tama po ang sagot po ninyo. Still, it is considered as financing activities. Now, let's have payment of purchase of equipment. Ayun, bumili siya ng equipment, nag-purchase siya ng equipment. So, ibig sabihin, anong activity po ito sa cash flow kapag tayo ay bumibili ng equipment? Very good. Ang galing, ang uhusay. Investing activities. Okay. So, yung cash balance at the beginning is actually given. Ibig sabihin po, meron po siyang, at the beginning of the year, meron siyang 1 million pesos. So, anong gagawin natin dito? Well, yun lang na ginawa lang po natin to dahil na-identify na po natin, na-classify na po natin kung ano yung mga activities sa operation, sa investing, sa financing, ilalagay lang po natin, isusupply lang po natin siya. Siyempre po, dapat lagi tayo magsisimula sa na-receive. Saka po tayo dun sa mga outflows po natin. Tandaan po natin yan para hindi po kayo nagkakamali. Unless, yun lang ang given. Okay? So, number 1, ano po muna mauuna na ilalagay po natin sa operating activities? Okay, dahil po sabi niyo po, ang cash receipts from services is considered as an operating activities. Okay, pasok lang po natin siya dyan. So that is how much? 50,000 pesos. Ayan. So another po, ano pa po yung operating activities po natin? Yan, maraming sumasagot. Okay? Well, nakikita ko po may marami nang sumasagot at tama po ang kanilang answer dahil po nasagutan naman na natin. Okay, let's have the cash payment for suppliers. Yan, ililess lang po natin yon. At para po malaman natin ang cash flow from the operating activities, how much? Nako, wala pong kahirap-hirap. 50,000 minus 25,000. Ako, 25,000 lang yan. If that is your answer, you are correct. Now, let's have now the cash flow from investing activities. Ilan ba yung pang-investing? Oh, yan, napakadali. Napakadali nito dahil isa lang ang binigay niya sa problem natin na naging investing activities po ng ating company. So, that is what? Payment for purchase of equipment. Very good. And how much is that? That is 100,000. So, the same po, net cash flow from investing activities. Yeah, same lang naman po yung answer dahil wala naman siyang kasamang iba. Now, ilagay lang po natin lahat po ng ating financing activities to kung mga naka-green na to. Okay, syempre mauuna po dyan ang ating, tama po ba? Cash investment for of owners is 115,000. Very good, ang galing. Mahuhusay. Okay, those 115,000. Then we have, of course, ano pa? The proceeds from bank. Okay, that is how much? 25,000. Okay, then, of course, meron pong nangyari po na withdrawal from our owners. So we have to report that, of course, in our financing activities. So how much is that? That is 5,000. How much is the total net cash flow from financing activities? Ano lang natin, add lang, minus lang tayo, 135,000. 115,000 plus 25,000 less 5,000, 135,000. Okay. Ginagawa ko po dito, madaling-madali lang to para mas madali nating malaman yung net increase in cash. Ginawa ko, TIA works back lang ako. Instead na 25,000 plus minus 100,000, nag-TIA works back lang po ako. 135,000, iles mo yung 100,000, add natin yung 25,000, how much is that? Very good, ang galing, 60,000. Okay, mukhang marami talaga nakakasagot. Ayan, mukhang nauna pa sa aking sumagot ang mga ating mga viewers, ang ating mga learners for today. Yan. And how much is the cash balance at the beginning? Okay. So, ilagay lang natin. Kasi kailangan natin siyang i-consider. So, we have a cash balance at the beginning of 1 million. Okay. And how much is the cash end of the period? Add lang po natin. Net increase in cash plus the cash balance at the beginning or sum of 1,060,000, edi po 1,060,000 pesos. Napakadali po gumawa ng cash flow statement po. Okay? Huwag niyo na munang isipin yung mga susunod pa na mga problem, no? Pero sa ngayon, if you were able, class, to get this and you were able to compute for and come up with the preparation of cash flow statement, it means that you already got the concept, and that is very important when it comes to accounting. So, let's answer next question para po matapos tayo. Mukhang madali na lang naman po ito. Answeran na po natin. So, how much is the cash flow from the operating activity? Pare-parehas ba tayo ng answer? For sure. Pare-parehas, nakapag-prepare tayo. That is 25,000. How much is the cash flow from investing activity? Nakakatuwa po kasi parang feeling ko ang dami talaga pong tamama ang sagot. Okay? We have 100,000. Very good. Plus, napakagaling, napakahusay. Okay, how much is the cash flow for financing activity? Okay, tignan natin kung parehas tayo ng sagot. Siyempre po, that is 135,000. At magkano po ang net increase or decrease in the cash for the year? Yes, it's net increase of 60,000. Okay, very good. And how much is the cash as of December 31, 2020? It's supposed to be the answer also, or the cash amount in your statement of financial position? 1,060,000. Very good if you got the correct answer, and if you're perfect, very good po. It means that you already got the concept. Ayan. So, maraming salamat. So, batiin ko lang po uli ang aking mga kaibigan, ang aking mga kaitulay dyan. Maraming salamat po sa patuloy po ninyong pagsusubaybay every Friday here in Itulay po. Maraming salamat sa pagkakataon po na mabigyan po kayo ng, maibigyan kayo ng light when it comes to because accounting is not actually a burden, but it is actually fun and enjoyable. So, pa-shout out daw, sabi ni Justin Faye, go. Okay? At si Mariari Francisco, bago po ako umalis, marami pong uling salamat sa aking director. Director Vin, marami pong salamat sa pag-assist sa akin, sa aking mentor, Ma'am Carol, kamusta ka po? And Ma'am Nel Rose, kamusta po kayong lahat? Sa aking mga ka-SDO May Kawayan, kamusta po kayong lahat dyan? And of course, to my May Kawayan National High School, maraming salamat po sa aking mga learners, kay Ma'am Mira na lagi ko nakikita dito. Maraming salamat. Let's enjoy the Friday because thank God it's Friday. It's Business Friday. God bless you all. I hope that you have fun. Bye-bye.